Hey everyone, I'm back with another podcast. Hope everyone had a great week. And I like keeping these short and sweet, so let's just get right into it. This podcast is about accountability. So, how do you keep yourself accountable even when no one is watching? Everyone loves external validation, it's just in human nature. But for me, these three ways have worked the best and have made me into the person I am today with the goals I wanted to reach. And that starts with number one, which is define what you actually want in your life. And that comes with just sitting down and saying, what do I want my life to look like a year from now, for example? What do I want my body to look like? What do I want my career to look like? What do I want my relationships, my faith, whatever it is, what do I want it to look like a year from now? Once you really know on paper, on your phone, whatever's easier for you, once you know what it is you're chasing after, now you have the standard. You know what it is you're after, and that makes it easier for you to accomplish your goals because you know what you are after. And that leads in to my second point, which is make it easier for you. Once you set these big goals or even just little goals for yourself, whatever goal it is, whatever project you're working on, it cannot be done in a day, in a week, in a month, or in my opinion, it's just too easy. So, whatever goal you set for yourself, how you keep yourself accountable, and how you make sure that you build momentum to help you reach that goal, it starts with the easy, small steps. I've mentioned this before. Let's say you set a goal for losing 30 pounds in a year. That's not going to happen right off the bat. You should set 3 pounds per month is what you are trying to reach. So, once you start seeing every week, week and a half that you're losing a pound and a half, you start to build real trust. You're like, oh my gosh, this is actually attainable. I am being accountable. I'm losing that pound and a half. So break it down in smaller steps for you. And it makes it so much easier to be accountable because you start trusting yourself. You start believing that it's actually possible to accomplish those goals, to accomplish whatever it is you're setting your mind to, because you're breaking it down into easier tasks for you. And no one can tell you, I think you should do it this way, or this is the goal you should be reaching, or this is what your life should look like, because it's your life. So if it's your life, you have to figure out what it is you want. You have to break down whatever it is you want into smaller subcategories and then grow and then go and tackle it as best as you can. But make it easy at first because that will help you build momentum so that you can accomplish that big goal, that big final destination later on. And my third tip, we're going to keep this short and sweet. Just third tip I have for you to keep yourself accountable when no one's watching is to track your wins and losses. If you don't know what you're doing right, if you don't know what you're doing wrong, how are you ever truly going to grow? Because once you have that goal in front of you and you are starting to see progress every now and you're figuring out what's working, what's not working, you want to stay consistent with that. You want to keep building on that momentum of what's working. You want to figure out what's not working. And that only happens if you really check in with yourself. So for me, I check in weekly every Sunday about how am I really doing? How am I doing in my mental health? How am I doing on my relationships and my career? Just how is my life going? And so many people are afraid, which it's hard to do, to really just check in with yourself, with your goals, with who you want to be, and sit down and see what's working and what's not. Once you really sit down and ask yourself those hard questions, you can start to grow in the right direction. So, I really hope that this helped you stay more accountable to your goals. It's really helped me. I'm literally goal setting right after this because I start work in a month for corporate. And I know that once you have a goal, it's so much easier to keep yourself accountable because you know what you're aiming for. You know what it is you have to do day by day in order to reach that end goal. So, with that, to summarize, define what you actually want, make it easier for yourself, and track your wins and losses. And with that, I hope you all have a great week ahead of you, and I will see you next Sunday. See you.